Hello, Chicago Bears fans. I'm not in a very good mood right now. Also, I would like to say a quick apologies for not uploading my game preview, but at this point, why even make it? Because season's over. The season's over. You want to know something crazy too? That even makes me upset even more. It's such a huge coincidence that last year we beat the Packers to knock them out of playoff contention. This year it's complete opposite. They do it to us on their home turf. So now the Bears are basically done. Their playoff chances done. Over. No mas. No more chances anymore. They're done. By my voice, you can tell I'm upset, and I feel like you're also upset too, Bears fan. Because one thing, I just gotta say this: if this game came down to three reasons, and I just want to say this: Packers did win, but I'm sorry, the Bears should have came out of this game and won this game. Because that Packers team, I don't even care. Even the Packer fans have to admit they almost lost that ball game. The Packers. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. The only reason why they made the playoffs is they were gifted like the Bears schedule last year by playing non-crappy teams, or really crappy teams. And then two, they almost lost to the Redskins last week, and it took them, literally, a player just throwing the ball right there from almost losing the game. So after I saw that game from beginning to end, and I did not leave when the Packers went up 21-3. I stayed the entire game. After I thought multiple times the game was over. You cannot tell me that this Packers team is not good. I'm sorry. There's issues with this Packer team that I saw. They played after they went up 21-3, they played very conservative. Very. If I'm a Packers fan, all I gotta say is they need to fix that stuff because I'm worried. Because if you play a legit team, you're going to lose 9 out of 10 times. They were lucky the Bears' offense was inept for a few times when they needed to score. Otherwise, this game would have got interesting fast. Now, at the end of the game, it did get interesting. But still, it doesn't change the fact that when I watch this Packers team, I go back to week 1. They don't look good. I'm sorry, the Packer team, and for other Packer fans who are watching this video and you're hating on me because I'm a Bears fan, I don't care what you say. That team, when I saw on the field as for Packers, that's not a good team. That's not a good team. That's an average team at best. You cannot lie to me that's a really good team in the NFL. Because if it comes down to the fact that the Bears almost score off lateral plays, please. So anyways, congrats to the Packers on their win that they shouldn't even deserved. But, at the end of the day, the Bears still lost this game because of multiple reasons. The only other thing I could blame the Packers for not winning this game is the stupid refs. And that's my other thing I ought to say. You can say multiple things, and you can say, well, what if this? I don't care what you say. The refs messed up on that, and I'll be damned if I hear another freaking, then the NFL come tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, there was no penalty on that. The refs literally, it came down to this. The refs 7, the Packers 14. And if the final score is, we lose by 1. If you take away that touchdown, the refs handed the Packers. And that's the only one thing I'm going to rant about what the Bears, how the Bears lost unfairly was because the refs literally gifted the Packers 7 points. Literally gifted. Now, Buster Skrine didn't do anything to help the case because he just let Davante Adams have a free release, go right past him. But still, the refs gifted the Packers 7 points. Let's be real and let's be honest. Cordell Patterson made a good hit and a good play to jar the ball loose. And the only explanation Dean Blandino and his stupid referee crew can say about it is, oh, well, you see, Cordell Patterson got there a little bit early. No, he didn't. That's a hit. He didn't hit him in the helmet. He didn't leave with the crown of his helmet. He hit him in the shoulder, and he knocked that ball loose. That's the only thing I'm going to say that I rant about anything else pertaining to the Bears' loss. because that was crap from the refs. They screwed us over on that time, and you never know what could have happened if the Bears had gotten the ball back. They could have got points on the board and made it a 7-0 game going up, or who knows what happens. But anyways, your Chicago Bears lose 21-13. Yeah, 21-13 in a very disappointing, depleting, and frankly, thank God the season's over loss. Because Jesus, all I gotta say is this. This team needs to make massive changes. Massive changes. At this point, everybody's on the hot seat. I've already said Nagy should get at least a year or two to see what he can do. But now at this point, everybody, all the coaches, all the players, they need to be on the hot seat. Like literally. I've been saying it all the time in my recap videos. They promised us in the offseason they would be better. They would be so great. They would be better than last year's team, and they would guarantee you to make the playoffs going into this season. I put out a tweet, and I know my account's private. I'll probably make it public sometime for you if you guys want to follow my account, my Twitter account. But it's like I've been saying. Failed expectations, and this game came out, was majority of them, failed expectations, and then I guess my second point, missed opportunities. You know, the Bears had opportunities time in and time again to freaking make this a game quicker than what it should have been. But you know what? The defense messes around, you know, coming out of halftime, letting the Packers go all the way down the field to score a touchdown, which literally was easy for them to do. And they don't want to get no pressure on Aaron Rodgers till literally like the moment the offense starts making some noise. And then the offense missing opportunity after opportunity in the first half, not scoring. You know, opportunities on the last play of the game. Thank you, Jeff Horsted. And then my last thing I got to get into is Jeff Horsted. The Bears were about to make a miraculous, and I mean miraculous play. And even if they ended up losing off the 2-point conversion, that play would go down in probably history as one of the most insane plays in NFL history. And now it would have been funny if the Bears had freaking, you know, if they were needed a touchdown to win the game, that would have been amazing. But still, Jeff effing Horsted. If you did not watch the play, we literally lateral almost the entire field. Well, not the entire field. The almost entire half of the Packers field. Literally, it gets to Jeff Horsted. All he has to do is run. And then when I'm looking, all I'm seeing, he has to pass it one more time. And then we walk into the end zone. Because I see the goal line. All he has to do is pass it to Allen Robinson, who was slightly behind him. He makes that pass. Allen Robinson walks into the end zone. And the Bears are down 21-19, needing a 2-point conversion to possibly tie this game and force it into overtime. And if they force it to overtime, if all that mattered and it happened, and the Bears get the ball back to start overtime, they're marching down the field and winning that game. They're marching down the field and winning that game. Because we would have total momentum. The Packers would not know what to do because they were in an offensive slump. Frankly, because they were just being conservative as hell, personally. But still, the Bears would have so much momentum. If they would have gotten the ball in overtime, I really do believe they would have went down the field, scored the touchdown, or kicked the field goal, and win the game. But thanks to Jeff Horsted, that didn't make it possible. He wanted to go be the hero and try to go will himself into the end zone instead of being the smart guy, passing it off to Allen Robinson and letting him walk into the touchdown. And at the game, the commentator said Tariq Cohen was visibly upset. No crap! And I'm saying that as PG as I can be. I should be dropping an S-bomb. But no crap, he's pissed because he sees that his player, his teammate, messed up big time and cost him their season. Yes, now that you can say the Bears cost themselves a season altogether. But if there was any other way for the Bears to, or if there was any other way to end the season, of course it's a Bears player that screws it all up. This Bears team failed my expectations crazy bad. Crazy bad. Now I'm going to get into my thoughts on the game and how the game turned out and whatever, as well as grading the sides of the ball. But this team is, this team needs to make massive overhauls going into next year. I don't care if you're a Nagy fanatic and you're saying, well, he should be given another chance. It's just a bad year. No, there was things this season, and I'm going to touch more on this into my, season-ending thoughts. I'm just going to say this. Everybody's on the hot seat. Everybody's on the hot seat. And despite anything I've been saying, I'm going to say it again, please remind me why Trubisky's on this team. Yes, he was not the reason why the Bears lost today, but there was some throws he made today that were just flat out awful. And, he didn't help us anyways in the first half at all. So regardless, whatever he came on, it don't matter. At best, he's a backup quarterback, in my opinion. I'd rather bring in a quarterback and have him be starting over Trubisky if somehow he's on this roster next year. Because, my goodness, this team needs a massive overhaul. They might need to get rid of their coach. They might need to get rid of them. Well, they might have to get rid of their GM because he made the stolen heist of the century and from missing on Deshaun Watson and going for Trubisky. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to expound upon that more in my season-ending thoughts. Anyways, the Bears, before the game started, needed to walk into Lambeau Field, get this win to keep their season alive, and hopefully be hopeful that the Vikings and the Rams both lose today. Well, long story short, 60 minutes later, you get your final resort, and your Bears are out of the playoff contention, and they will be sitting at home watching other teams like the Green Bay Packers again, probably do whatever they need to do in the playoffs, which I personally think the way I saw the Packers play, they look like they should be a first-round exit. But we'll see. But anyways, the Bears needed to get this win today if they wanted to salvage whatever playoff chances of their season is. For the majority of the game, I found myself more upset than happy, because this was the game I said that the Bears, all the players need to circle on their calendar, and what I was circling for my calendar, to go and walk into Lambeau Field, beat the Packers, and show the Packers that, guess what? Yes, we may be on the brink of our playoff lives, but we still got chances. You'd think they'd come out with aggression and play like that. Nope. They didn't do anything. They played from behind the entire game, and they almost came back if it wasn't for Jeff Horsted, but still, they played from behind the entire game. Offense, let's get to the offense, because I think offense, for a majority of the time, they played good in some spots, but then they just played like garbage. But as overall, the offense deserves a C-. The offense just deserves a C. I'm not going to give them a C-. I'm not going to give a D+. I'm going to give them in the middle of a C. They were an average offense today. My question is this. Matt Nagy, what the actual blue hell are you doing with the play calling? And what I mean by this is this. So last week against the Cowboys, we do all these things that contributed to a really good victory. Tight end, playing, running the ball really well, and then as well as getting your quarterback on the run. Where was that all game? Trubisky ran one time in this game off an RPO and completely fooled the Packers defense. Completely fooled. The Packers defense didn't even know. The camera didn't even know. Even my dad, who was watching the game with me, didn't even know that he had the ball. I thought Montgomery had the ball off that when Trubisky was running. Why didn't we do that? Because it throws the defense off balance. Because now you know. Now you don't know who's going to get the ball, David Montgomery or Mitchell Trubisky. Why didn't we run that more? Why? Is it because the Packers are playing zone coverage majority of the game? So what? Keep running the ball, Trubisky. Because if it worked last week, why do you not do it this week? It's the same thing with Matt Nagy. One week when we win a game, and the things that work great in that game. The next week he goes away from it completely and acts like if last week not even happened. Matt Nagy, you're watching the same game because you're actually on the field watching your own team. And the Bears fans can't point out something so obvious you need to do. So you need to get your head out of your ass and you need to start coaching right and start play calling smart. Because I'm sick and tired of this man literally looking at something from last week. It works, and then he doesn't use it in whatever game plan he wants to use it for the following week. The I formation. Every time we ran it this year, positive things happen. We don't even run it anymore. Today's game. Last week, we run, which Trubisky runs almost all over the Cowboys defense. What happens here? Trubisky doesn't run at all this game. If not like 2 or 4 times. There were sometimes Trubisky should have ran the ball, but he just didn't. He just passed. But still. So that's my issue on Nagy. That's what puts him on the hot seat, in my opinion. That's the only reason why I could put him on the hot seat right now. The stubbornness of this guy not to see what caters to your offense mostly good to, not trying to use that, implement that into your game plan. I'm sick and tired of him doing that. That's my reason of why he should be in the hot seat, and that's a reason why he should be fired. Everything else I think he's good at. Play calling and not adjusting your game plan from previous and seeing how things work. Come on, please. The offensive line played like utter crap today. They played a complete different game than they did last week. This week they looked like they didn't even want to block for David Montgomery today. David Montgomery was getting stuffed, and we couldn't run the ball. You can't do anything if your offensive line doesn't want to show up. There were bad blocking misses. Rashawn Coward had a terrible whiff on a block. Terrible, which got Trubisky sacked. Charles Leno still doing Charles Leno things, getting called for penalties, And it's crazy too. You can't cut him because you're paying him. I personally think he's the worst offensive lineman on the team. Jesus. And I think they mentioned Bobby Massey. His replacement, Cornelius Lucas, he had a bad, block to keep Trubisky from getting, he had a bad block that got Trubisky sacked. But at the same time, I hardly hear Cornelius Lucas's name as much as I heard Bobby Massey when he played, because Cornelius Lucas came in the game and he played good. Or whenever Bobby Massey's been out, Cornelius Lucas came into the game, he played efficiently, and Jesus, I don't hear a word from him. No peep. Maybe that goes to show that, I don't know, he's maybe a little bit better than Bobby Massey. Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller showed up this game. They doing what they typically do. But one of the things that worked for you last game was tight end importance to this offense. And what did we get? Nothing from the tight end spot. Nothing. The only thing I remember from the tight end spot we got was Jesper, or whatever his freaking first name is, Horsted's, screwed up play that lost us our season at the end of the game. That's the only tight end play I saw. Lou Holtz, or Holtz did not, JP Holtz. My bad, I screwed up his name last week. His first name's JP Holtz, not Lou Holtz. But Holtz, he didn't get the ball at all of this game, which I'm puzzled why we did not run that same tight end screen we did last week against the Cowboys. That play was actually good. But we want to run bubble screens all the time. That's all I can say about the offense. Trubisky, he played a good game. I still think last week was his best game by far. This week, I could say was either his second or third best game of the season, and that's with, an interception that, he's messed up on. I'm not going to count the other interception. That interception was just some Hail Mary crap that they should have just took a knee on and downed it, to end the half. But, I guess another thing that ticked me off is a few times Trubisky missed his receivers. There was like 1 4th down. Riley Ridley is running just a drag route. Trubisky doesn't even see him. Again, tell me why. If he's not going to see his receiver running down the middle of the field through a drag. And then on one of the 4th downs before that almost lateral attempt for a touchdown, he misses Tariq Cohen. Yes, you can say, well, you shouldn't probably, I would have not even seen it. Yeah, you can say you probably could have not seen Tariq Cohen. But still, Tariq Cohen was wide open. He missed him. And you really can't say anything because majority of this game, like 2 times at that point, he threw across his body from one side of the field to the other side of the field, and they were completed passes. And plus, Tariq Cohen was wide open. Yes, it would have been a hard throw to make because you have Kenny Clark's literally coming to you, but you never know. Things could happen if you throw that ball. You get hit hard. You might get a roughing the passer, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, this offense had missed opportunities after missed opportunities. And then to top it off, the most missed opportunity was Jesper Horsted's unwillingness to give up the ball and just get tackled. But when he's getting tackled, then he wants to throw the ball away. When he should have thrown the moment he was almost about to get tackled. If he did that, Bears touchdown, they possibly tie the game up, and they possibly go into overtime. If they get that, they might actually end up winning the game. And that would have been the heist of the century. That would have been by far one of my favorite times watching a Bears-Packers game in a long time. And it would have definitely topped last year's momentous occasion. But things failed, things happen, and you don't win them all because the Bears just failed to miss expectations. And they failed to miss opportunities. Special teams played good, well, all right for the most part. But, it doesn't help with your punter shanking kicks for short yardage. So that doesn't help. Eddie Pinheiro made all of his 3 field goals. But almost every time we were within the 30 to 40 yard line, we went for it on 4th down. Because guess what? Our kicker can't make kicks. So tell me, why is Eddie Pinheiro still on this team if you don't even trust him to make a 40-yard field goal? I don't have time to waste time on a kicker who can't make more than 40 yards. He shouldn't even be on the team. Every NFL kicker should at least be able to kick 40 yards or more than that. If you can't do that, we're paying you for nothing. You're still here as a waste of spot. I cut him right now. Now let's get to the defense, because I thought the defense probably played one of their worst games all season until they finally turned it up in like the 10 minutes of the 4th quarter when the Packers were really getting conservative. But that's more the Packers' fault than the defense's fault. The defense just took up advantage of the opportunities that the Packers were playing lackluster and stuff like that. The Packers almost played as bad as we did when we hold leads. That's terrible. If I'm a Packers fan, I would be worried. Anyways, Khalil Mack did not make no sighting at all. Yes, he was getting double teamed, but still, no sighting at all. So he's looking like he's already cashed in his checks for the season. Leonard Floyd, no sightings from him. His name got called a few times, but he did nothing this game either. He only made Aaron Rodgers have intentional grounding, which was good. Everybody else on the defensive line really didn't do anything. They didn't get pressure on Aaron Rodgers till legit. Well, really, the only time we ever got pressure on Aaron Rodgers was when we sent blitzes, and they actually hit home. I will say I have to give my credit and my respect to Akeem Hicks for battling out there. There was a few times he looked like he should have been taken out of the game, but my goodness, this man came. This man almost was literally fighting the pain, and he's still in there battling. So I have to give him my respects. If you can't give him respects, I don't know who the hell you are, and you're just salty. Even Packer fans have to give him respect for the valiant effort he put out today, because he tried to literally go out there with almost one arm and basically try to somehow help his team win the game. But still, I'll say this. The run defense was a lot more better, with the exception of a few runs. Linebacker playing, Kevin Pierre-Louis, for his first start after Roquan Smith's injury, I thought he played a good game. And Nick Kwiatkowski continues to impress me even more. I'm sorry. If he keeps playing like this for the rest of the season, he might have to start next season, and you might have to. And I know Danny Trevathan's a better linebacker than him, but you might have to be like, why try to resign Danny Trevathan when Nick Kwiatkowski's playing his butt off? Almost had a pick on Aaron Rodgers. Of course, it's another dropped pick. Please. Mostly all the time I see an Aaron Rodgers played game, every time somebody has an interception from him, they drop it. So don't feed me into that crap. Oh, he's been taking care of the ball really well. No, it's because the defenders always drop the ball when they have a chance to intercept Aaron Rodgers. He should have almost 10 interceptions a game. Not a game, a season, if people hold on to the ball. And let's talk about probably the weakest aspect of our defense, which is our stupid secondary. First thing I gotta say, Prince, get off my team and get off my screen, cause you suck. I'm tired of Prince Amukamara. That man does not to be on. That dude does not need to be on this team anymore. First things first, he's getting burnt. First, it was like third. I don't know. It was first play of the scrimmage for the Packers offense. He gets burned by Ventless Scantling, almost scoring the touchdown. If it wasn't for Scantling not catching the ball, that's a freaking touchdown for the Packers to start the game off. And the game might already been over by the time they did that. But I'm sorry. Prince comes off injury, and he almost gets burned. Okay, let's keep him in there. He makes a few more bad plays this game until at some part in the game, they put in Kevin Tolliver. And then Kevin Tolliver has a great defensive play on Davante Adams. So guess what? He's already coming Davante Adams good. Maybe we should leave him in there. Another drive later, Prince is back in the game. Why is he in the game? And guess what? One of the touchdown scores that Aaron Jones gets was mostly because Prince Amukamara was scared to tackle. He literally had a tackle where he could have wrapped him up by his ankle or just literally tried to lay the blow on him. But you know what he does? Nothing. After that, the Bears probably just told, or whoever was up top for the Bears probably said, take Prince Amukamara out and put Tolliver back in. Because he literally did not do anything. Hopefully Tolliver gets to start next week. Because my goodness. Prince Amukamara does not need to be playing for this team no more. He needs to be cut too. He's a definite gone. Because I'm sorry. A definite gone. I will not have to watch this dude play bad. I played as a cornerback and when I was playing football. And I had not played that bad like Prince Amukamara has played. I had some bad times when I got burned a few times. But Jesus, the way he's getting burned almost every game, I don't want to see him play no more. Put Kevin Tolliver in, and let's see what he can do. But the Bears want to be loyal to their longtime players. I never thought Prince Amukamara was good anyways to begin with. And another corner I don't think is always good because he's always 20 yards off the ball is Kyle Fuller. He got burned. Well, he didn't get burned a few times. He was caught slipping like he's in NBA basketball getting crossed over. So, Kyle Fuller, I don't know if you need to get you some new cleats every freaking drive the defense is on, but my goodness, stop slipping on the field. You always fall down every time I see you. The fact that we're paying him money to, what, slip on the grass? Jesus, you should have just let him walk to the Packers. The Packers would have literally seen what Kyle Fuller does best. Another thing the defense did bad. Missed tackles. There was a part of the game where Aaron Rodgers makes this pass to, I don't even know the guy's name. Number 16 on the Packers. And there's just whiff tackles. Clinton Dix whiffed. Please. This defense at this point, the defense at that point just completely whiffed on everything. And you know what? I'm not even entertained anymore. I'm glad there's only 2 more weeks of the season because guess what? I don't have to deal with this stupid crap anymore. Now I know going to next year, this team isn't going to be good. Jesus. Now if only the Angels get pitching, they'll make me happy. The Clippers, okay, they're losing the Bulls out of all teams, so they're upsetting me sometimes, but making me happy at other times. But the Bears have been by far my biggest disappointment of any of my favorite teams that I like. Don't make promises you can't keep. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here because I know you Bears fans are all upset as much as I am, especially thanks to Jesper Horsted. I guarantee you, even though they're going to probably be trashing the Bears all season on tomorrow's radio, they're going to be trashing Jesper Horsted and telling him to go back to the practice squad. Jesus. Trying to be a hero. No, give it to your good players and stop trying to be the hero and be smart. They're lucky I'm not on that team because I would throw a fight with him. I would be throwing hands right now. If I saw Jesper Horsted in the locker room right now. Now, how he's somehow going to escape the depths of Chicago, much less his entire team from almost holding him back from almost everybody trying to probably kick his freaking butt. Because he literally, and I'm not saying literally, he threw our season away. And yes, you can say, well, we don't know if they will convert or something like that. Well, still, they scored the touchdown and almost showed a valiant effort. But he threw our season away as much as this entire Bears team threw seasons away. Ryan Pace threw our seasons away. Matt Nagy threw our season away. Mitchell Trubisky threw our season away. Yada, yada, yada. Ever since week frickin' 1, this team has been a roller coaster. Up and down. But the crazy thing is this. Same results. Mostly ending in losses all the time. And Bears fans getting upset. This team sucks. And they're going to suck for the next how many years? I don't know when. This is what happens when we Bear fans get our expectations so high, only to be let down and only to come right back down to what we know best. And that is we're a mediocre organization that fails to see what other teams do best and make it good for us. We want to dodge away from getting the good quarterback that would be a future Hall of Famer and a Deshaun Watson. And we get a guy off the street who's only had 13 starts in college, who hasn't really proven himself, and we draft him. The Bears had the first round draft pick, I swear. They had the first round draft pick. I'd be advocating for them to trade up to draft Joe Burrow. Now, still, I don't know who would let you do that, but it is what it is. I'm not going to talk about the Bears' plans of what they should do for the future till, a few weeks after the season ends, or really in 3 more weeks. But the Bears are a problem, and they need to be fixed. And some things need to be happening. Because next week, I don't even know if we're going to get the NBC night game. Because you're putting off the Chiefs against the Bears. They might as well flex that game to a freaking afternoon time game. Why? Because why should the Bears deserve a primetime game? They're not even in the playoffs. Unless there's no other good matchups next week, then That's the only reason why you keep him there. Then you finish out with the Vikings. Hopefully you can ruin the Vikings parade or something like that. That's the least you can do. Other than that, this team is garbage, and I don't need to waste my time watching these guys. I'll still watch these guys for the next 2 weeks. But when I make that season-ending preview, trust and believe I'm being unleashed. I'm sick and tired of watching this crap. So now it's definitely time for evaluation. So far, I can only say the one player that deserves there's a few players, but the one player that deserves to be back on this team most definitely is Nick Kwiatkowski, and he hasn't been a fan favorite for years. But he's been playing his butt off, taking advantages of opportunities. Mostly because he's raised up his play as well as, adjusting with how good the defense is. Anyways, the Bears lose 21-13 in a heartbreaking fashion. Thank God its season's over, because now I know we're not going to make the playoffs. So I don't have to stress out anymore. I don't have to be yelling at my TV screen. I'll just be yelling at my TV screen for the dumb moments they be doing. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I figured this is probably going to be hard to sleep on for you guys, because I know definitely it's going to be hard for me to sleep on tonight for this. Jesus. You thought things couldn't get any worse. It only takes it to the Packers to knock you out of the playoff contention. So congratulations, Packers, because you guys are about to be a first or second round exit. And yes, I'm saying that. You can say I'm saying that salty, but I don't give a crap. That Packers team is not good. We're better than that. And the both chances we got a chance at beating the Packers, we could have beat them. So please. Anyways, this is Camry15. If you like this video, leave a like. Leave a comment on your thoughts of this Bears loss. Cause this crap is stupid. And then also hit that subscribe button to get more Chicago Bears content. Or other content regarding whatever things you like. Movies, TV shows, anime, I don't care anymore. This loss demoralized me. I'm gonna take my shower, eat my tacos, and freaking wash away the sorrow. Actually, I don't have no sorrows. Wash away my content and my rage for this team. Hopefully I can cool down. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a great day, because there's no words for this team anymore. This team sucks, and I'm tired of wasting my time with them. They promised us expectations in the offseason only to fail them. The next time the Bears make me a promise like that, I'm going to remember 2019-2020 season. That's the last time. And then I'll never have a trust in another Bears team again. So whenever they get good again, I'm never going to have any trust in this team again to be consistently good. I still love them. I'm still a hardcore Bears fan. Heck, you can see that thing in the back. My bed is basically Bears covers right now. I don't have time for this anymore. I gotta get out of here. I need to take my shower, get ready, and, hopefully wash myself away all of this content and rage that this team provides me every week. Anyways, this has been Camry15. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a great day.